A seismic shift is underway, one that's sending shockwaves through boardrooms, union halls, and government offices across North America. The North American auto industry, long a symbol of economic might and innovation, is being rattled to its core by a decision that few saw coming. Japan's automotive giants, names synonymous with reliability and efficiency, are shifting key production lines. But instead of returning operations to Japan, they're heading north, choosing Canada as their new manufacturing hub. This isn't just a business decision, it's a geopolitical event with far-reaching consequences, touching everything from international trade agreements to the livelihoods of thousands of workers. Former President Trump has emerged as the loudest critic, denouncing the move as a betrayal of American workers and a blow to the nation's industrial pride. His words have ignited a political firestorm, fueling protests and heated debates across the country. For decades, Japanese automakers weren't just foreign investors, they became part of the American story, building factories in small towns, sponsoring local events, and providing stable jobs for generations. Now, that deep-rooted relationship is fracturing. Communities that once thrived on auto jobs face uncertainty, and tough questions are being asked about America's ability to compete in a rapidly changing global economy. Meanwhile, Canada has seized the moment. By offering generous incentives, investing in green technology, and fostering a skilled workforce, it has created an environment that automakers find irresistible, positioning itself as the new heart of North American automotive innovation. Tonight we dig deep into the forces driving this dramatic shift. Why are these changes happening now? What do they mean for American families, workers, and communities? And how did Canada manage to pull off what some are calling an economic coup? The departure of these automotive titans isn't just a headline, it could redefine the continent's economic landscape for generations to come, reshaping where cars are built, where families find opportunity, and how nations compete on the world stage. To understand today's news, we need to look back. In the 1970s and 80s, Japanese automakers like Honda, Toyota, and Nissan seized on America's demand for fuel-efficient cars. They quickly captured market share, alarming Detroit and sparking trade tensions. To avoid tariffs, they built massive plants in the US, Honda in Ohio, Nissan in Tennessee, Toyota in Kentucky. These factories revitalized local economies and introduced new manufacturing philosophies. Japanese automakers became pillars of their communities and were celebrated as American success stories. By the 2020s, they employed over 140,000 Americans and supported millions of jobs. Their deep integration made their recent shift north feel like a sudden, painful blow. The partnership once seemed unbreakable. Now many are left wondering, what went wrong? What changed? The US-Japan auto relationship didn't crumble overnight. Political uncertainty and shifting trade policies, especially the America First approach and NAFTA's renegotiation, created instability. Automakers need predictability for long-term investments, but US policy whiplash made planning risky. The electric vehicle revolution demanded colossal investment, and US incentives came with complex rules. Canada seized the moment, offering clear incentives, streamlined regulations, and a stable environment. For Japanese automakers, the choice was stark US complexity and risk, or Canadian clarity and partnership. The result? Billions in new investment heading north. The risk that many had warned about for years finally became reality in late 2024. Headlines across North America blared the news, and the mood in auto towns shifted from anxious anticipation to outright concern. For months, rumors had swirled about major automakers rethinking their strategies, but few expected the scale of what was about to unfold. Honda stunned the industry by announcing an $11 billion investment to build a massive new EV plant and battery factory in Ontario. This wasn't just a minor expansion. Honda was shifting its next-generation electric vehicle production and the heart of its future technology to Canada. The move signaled a major vote of confidence in Canada's workforce, infrastructure, and government incentives. Hot on Honda's heels, Nissan revealed its own bold plan, a $7 billion overhaul to retool its Canadian facilities, ensuring that its future electric vehicles would also be built north of the border. At a press conference, Nissan executives emphasized the importance of staying competitive in the rapidly evolving EV market and Canada's role in that future. These decisions sent shockwaves through American auto towns. Thousands of US jobs were suddenly at risk, as investment and production shifted away. While Canadian workers celebrated new opportunities, American factory workers faced growing uncertainty about their livelihoods and the future of their communities. In just 18 months, more than $25 billion in new EV investments have poured into Canada, transforming the country into a magnet for global auto capital. Government officials touted the economic boom, while industry analysts noted the unprecedented scale and speed of the shift. Former President Trump quickly seized on the news, calling it a betrayal of American workers. He promised to impose tariffs and take political action to bring jobs back, fueling heated debate across the country and energizing his supporters. Even Toyota, which had previously made public commitments to its U.S. plants, announced further expansion in Canada. The company cited the country's skilled labor force and supportive policies as key reasons for its decision, raising further questions about the future of American auto manufacturing. The trend is unmistakable. The center of gravity for North American auto manufacturing is shifting northward. Industry experts warn that this could reshape the entire landscape of the sector for decades to come, with long-term consequences for both countries. For every new job created in Canada, a cloud of uncertainty grows over American factory towns. Families who once relied on steady auto jobs now face an uncertain future, as the industry's next chapter is written further north. How did Canada pull this off? The answer: a coordinated national strategy combining direct financial support, resource advantages, and political stability. Canada's public-private partnerships de-risk automaker investments, with billions in subsidies for projects like Honda's. The country's rich supply of critical minerals and a streamlined mines-to-mobility strategy create a secure local EV supply chain. Lower labor costs, thanks to national healthcare, and a pro-trade stance, add to the appeal. Canada's aggressive long-term planning has created a nearly perfect ecosystem for modern auto manufacturing. This wasn't luck, it was a strategic win. The consequences are already hitting the U.S. The loss of future investment is a slow-moving crisis for factory towns. It's not just assembly jobs at risk, but thousands more in supply chains and local businesses. Economic optimism is giving way to anxiety, and a new wave of deindustrialization. Politically, the narrative of betrayal is fueling anger, especially in swing states. Trump and others are turning this into a potent campaign issue, blaming current policies. The US-Japan alliance is under strain, with investment now a source of friction. The White House faces pressure to act tough without alienating a key ally. Trade disputes could escalate, further destabilizing the economy. What began as a corporate decision is now a full-blown political crisis. What does this shift mean for the future of the auto industry in North America? It's a question that resonates deeply across the continent, affecting not just the economy but the lives of countless workers and their families. Experts say it's less about abandoning the U.S. and more about hedging bets amid political and regulatory uncertainty. The landscape is changing, and companies are adapting to survive and thrive in this new environment. Canada's clear, stable, and financially attractive path is winning over global automakers. With its commitment to innovation and sustainability, Canada is positioning itself as a leader in the automotive sector, particularly in the realm of electric vehicles. A former U.S. trade official admits the U.S. focused on old rules, while Canada planned for the EV future. This foresight is proving to be a game changer, attracting investments and creating new opportunities. Wall Street agrees. Canada's lower taxes, healthcare, and subsidies create a superior business case. These factors are not just appealing, but essential for companies looking to maximize their profitability and ensure long-term success. Investors reward certainty, and Canada's delivering it. The stability and predictability of the Canadian market are drawing in more investors, eager to capitalize on the burgeoning opportunities. On the ground, U.S. workers feel betrayed after decades of loyalty and high performance. The shift has left many questioning their future and the security of their jobs in an increasingly competitive global market. The decision wasn't about their skills, it was about boardroom calculations and government incentives. These strategic moves are reshaping the industry, prioritizing financial gains over workforce stability. The human cost is real, and the sense of loss is profound. Communities built around these industries are facing uncertain futures, grappling with the economic and emotional impact of these changes. This is more than numbers, it's about the future of entire communities. The ripple effects of these decisions extend far beyond the factory floor, touching every aspect of life in these towns and cities. The auto industry's map is being redrawn. Mexico remains a hub for traditional vehicles and components. The US still has its big three, but its dominance in foreign investment is threatened. Canada is emerging as the EV and battery powerhouse, building a self-reinforcing ecosystem in Ontario and Quebec. This EV valley will attract more investment, talent, and innovation. The US must rethink its strategy. Market size alone isn't enough. Competing may require direct partnerships and a stable, long-term vision. The coming years could see a subsidy war, or ideally, smarter cross-border collaboration. For now, Canada has the momentum, and the US is playing catch-up. The exodus of Japanese automakers is a wake-up call for America. This isn't just about lost jobs, it's a verdict on US competitiveness. Anger and blame won't fix the problem, introspection and action will. Canada's win was by design, clear vision, strategic investment, and national unity. The US must move beyond political cycles and create a stable, attractive environment for future industries. The choice is clear: compete or fall behind. The next generation of factory jobs is being decided now. America's response will shape its economic future for decades to come.